Oh, hey everybody. So, if you haven't seen my last Halloween video about Zelda Majora's Mask, today we are doing my favorite movie of all time. This one is more horror themed. We got The Shining, and I'm not talking about a Stephen King Shining book. I am talking about the 1980 Stanley Kubrick movie. No, not Doctor Sleep. We are not talking about the 1990s miniseries of The Shining. We are talking about the good old classic. Well, I guess that's the book, but the classic movie, The Shining. So, some more major actors in this movie are Jack Nicholson as Jack Torrance, Danny Lloyd as Danny Torrance, and Shelley Duvall as Rest Her Soul. And rest in peace, Shelley. You were one of the greatest actors ever. This Shelley Duvall, as Wendy Torrance. So, played by Shelley Duvall. And yes, very sad that when she passed away, I just wanted to make that clear how great she was as an actor, not just in The Shining, but for film in general. She was such a good actor, as well as everyone. Oh, Stanley Kubrick, great director, but if you don't know, he kind of put Shelley Duvall through a lot of stuff. I won't get into that. Probably not my kind of channel. I more just do the reviews, but we'll do that for a different video if anybody really requests that in the comments below. But there's tons of videos about it. But let's get into the review. So basically the gist of the movie is Jack Torrance, he goes to oh, and this is spoilers. Jack Torrance, a teacher and an aspiring author, goes to this place called the Overlook Hotel in Colorado. And the Overlook Hotel, it's actually more of during the winter months it needs a caretaker, where Jack Torrance comes into play, Jack Nicholson's character. And basically, then, over time, things start to get very unnatural, supernatural even. It goes from a lot of strange occurrences. There's Scatman Crothers plays a really good character. But basically, I should mention that he's kind of comes in as like a side character who really helps, try to help the family, but then there's characters like Stuart Ullman, the current owner of the hotel. And basically, then they tell about a man named Charles Grady who, I'll put it in Stuart Ullman's words here, basically killed his family with an axe, which pretty bad. Obviously bad. That's not just pretty bad, but this is a very good plot point because I think it really hones in how bad of a thing the Overlook Hotel is. Like, it's got some history there, and not just that. It's also got things like with very unnatural events. So basically, for the first half of the movie, really, we're just touring the hotel, and we see a lot of things like strange occurrences, like when Danny is in the darts room or the game room. He sees the two twin girls, which are very key. Although they don't do much, are very key. I'm sure you've seen the scene where they're like, "Hello, Danny, come play with us forever and ever," you know. And this movie is just so good. Like, there's so many just details I love about it. Like, one thing you should know about Stanley Kubrick and all his movies is that he never really had a scene where he could take so many takes and it was exactly right. He wanted that scene right. Even if the scene was great, he could go up to 100 takes, a lot of them. So this thing about Stanley Kubrick is that there's never really one. You don't know if he actually made a mistake because some things are unintentionally mistakes. Now, there's a good documentary called Room 237, which you should watch. And it gets its name basically from this room that has really bad energy, is how I'll put it. And Jack goes in there, then Danny goes in there. I won't get too much into what happens there because I don't want this video to get taken down. But basically, very bad stuff happens there. Very strange stuff. Wendy is very scared throughout the movie as time goes on. She's more positive and supporting in the beginning. And just a lot of stuff happens. Like when Jack is typing on the typewriter, when Wendy sees, he basically types the same stuff I love the ending of this movie also. Midnight the Stars and You by Al Bully. Really good song choice to hone in. This more like atmosphere of like all these different decades of people, owners. There's a lot of right when Wendy's about to escape and Jack's trying to go rout the family from the axe. It's just very creepy, you know. But what would I give this movie ranking? It's definitely my favorite Stanley Kubrick movie, although I wouldn't say most people would agree with me. I personally would give it a 9.5 out of 10. It is very close to a 10 out of 10. I love this movie. It's my favorite non-anime or animated film, but in general. But I would love to give it a 10 out of 10, but I just can't. There's a lot of just not a lot. I shouldn't say it that way. There's like a few small details that kind of bring it down a bit. I would bring it out for the treatment of the actors, which was very messed up by Stanley Kubrick, but I don't want to put that into how bad saying the movie's bad, because that's one separate thing with how the actors are treated, how good the actual movie is, because we are focusing on the review of the movie. But it's still a great movie, don't get me wrong, and there's so much to love about it. Even if you're not a horror fan, or even if you're not a film fan in general, because yes, there are some who don't genuinely watch movies that much. I would totally tell everyone to give it a try. It is just an amazing movie, and I would totally like to see everyone see it. One fun fact before the video ends is that it actually wasn't the most critically acclaimed movie when it first came out in 1980. In fact, Shelley Duvall won an award for Worst Actress, which is, knowing how she was treated, I don't want to bring that up too much to bring down the review, but it's just kind of sad if you really think about it, and I just want to say that at the end. But very good movie, my favorite Stanley Kubrick movie. We will do more Stanley Kubrick film reviews for like movies like Full Metal Jacket, 2001: Space Odyssey, Eyes Wide Shut, Doctor Strangelove, and so many other ones. So with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy Halloween, everyone. And also remember to go check out some of my other videos and reviews, like my most recent video game Halloween review and everything. So yeah, see you guys. And the next video should be an anime review on probably like, I haven't fully decided the anime yet, but I'll start working on that one. That one should actually have a script though. So see you guys in the next video.